Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Repairing the Broken Farm series on the Hamlet, where we've moved into September after finishing up all the contracts we could get done. Now I did get through them, they're like not very big fails, so it didn't take long to do them. Yeah, a couple of things. I leased a manure spreader. It's gone back to get rid of the manure out of the bunker because I was over the limit on the red tape mod. Now, I haven't done anything else. I haven't collected the money yet, but the money is way down, and I was wondering why, but it did come up, and it kind of flashed past, and I didn't pay enough attention to it. We got hit for tax on September the 1st. You get hit for tax. It's calculated in April, and you pay it in September. So we had to pay 6,456 in tax. What's due for next year that was calculated. This will be calculated in April now, and it'll be due this time next year. So if we spend more, this will go down. If our expenditure is higher than our taxable income, so that's what happened. That's what happened there. I don't mind that. It's part of it. Brand demo. What have we got? 2 things we don't need, but we're going to accept them anyway, because then we can leave them at the shop. I'll just be afraid if I don't accept them, they won't come up the next time. Slurry management, everything was okay. We didn't get done for animal spacing, chicken coop, plenty of room. Yeah, it's full and we're okay. We've 114 square meters, nearly 115, and we're using 95. And then the pasture, we 5,293, and we're using 85, so we're never going to hit the top on that. A lot of the rest of these won't really count. Slurry, you can't spread slurry between September and December to qualify for that. You get animal bedding, we've enough straw in there. We're going to check all of this anyway, make sure. Part of the daily checks on the animals. Now, haven't collected on those contracts. And there's a few more there now. What have we got? Okay, we've ploughing, sowing, grass tethering, we can do that. We can do them. Ploughing, we can do them. Hoeing, yeah, we still have the hoe, fertilising, and bale wrapping we can't do unless we take the equipment, because we ain't got a bale wrapper. While it was in there, I should have collected from the last time. Got 2 cultivation, 2 fertilisation, and 2 stone picking contacts we done. So we're up to 7,887, which will just about cover us for the month ahead. And let's select, we're going to do these. We have our own equipment, Small field, buckwheat. I didn't select the contract I can't do there, did I? Spelt, no, we can plant both of them with our seeder. That's okay. Animals. Right, how are we doing with the cows? Oh, we have milk. Aha, so we have milk, and we still 24. So we've one lot on 27% and one on 66%. So we've another couple of months to go before they'll have any offspring. Chickens, of course, they will be due offspring in 2 months. So the same thing's going to happen again. The baby offspring in 1 month. The babies will be sold off again. They've halved their feed, so we know we're going to have to top that up. And our grass, what stage are we at? I'd say it's only 3. Yeah, stage 3. I didn't put any lime on that field. I forgot. So, basically, our own field. What are we going to put in here? What have you here? Let's have a look. The crop calendar. So we can do barley, buckwheat, canola, clover, grass, mustard, oats, which would be winter oats. Can't feed to the chickens. Rye. What do you do with rye? I suppose that rye is like, yeah, that's another grain crop. So we could put rye in if we wanted. Spelt and wheat. Now, we could stick in oilseed radish, and then we could do one of the other crops, spelt or any of them in. So that would save us on fertilisation, wouldn't it? So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to put in oilseed radish in our own field. And you know what? I'm going to do that job first. I'm going to deal with our own field first. We'll have to get a roller. We don't have one. And do it afterwards. I cultivated it. We're going to get weeds. We've no choice. We haven't got a direct drill, so I had to cultivate it. And let's do that. Let's go different approach. We put in the oilseed radish. No need for fertilizer. Let's change oilseed radish. There it is. And yeah, let's do that. Let's put that in the ground. We'll get a subsidy for doing it from precision farming. Now it might be €100. That's all. Maybe €200. It won't be anything that we can go and have a night out on. It's not going to be huge money, but it's going to be something different. I kind of want to just approach things ever so slightly different than we were before in other Let's Plays and that. Now, I have done oilseed radish before. But yeah, I didn't expect this to struggle getting off the ground, but it did. Anyway, yeah, I'll get this in this field. We need to lease a roller then just to get the field rolled. Cheapest one we can possibly get. And I'm going to work my way through these contracts. I'll give you an update as we go on through. I'm kind of chuffed now we're getting a bit of milk because that's an extra commodity we can sell. And if we go to our stock check milk, what's it worth? Where is it? Milk is not worth a lot. 115 at the co-op, of course. And we have our bowser and all to ship it, so it's not like we need to go and get a tanker. That was part of the startup equipment. And happy now the cows are coming on. Of course, we have eggs to sell as well. Hey, when it does that, the line was highlighted. And the minute you click on it, then it goes on to a different one. I know other people find the same, so it's not just me. You can see the ground where it was fertilised. Literally just barely got around that corner, and then our 5,000 litres were gone. So it would take an awful lot to do this field. That's the only thing with the red tape mod. I'm wondering, how can I build up a supply of fertilizer, of manure, without getting penalised? Because like we've only got 24 cattle there, and they're like, some of them are only 6 months old, not even that. So I'm kind of wondering, like, where does that leave me regards to red tape mod? Yeah, I enjoy using it, but I'm kind of questioning now whether I should remove it altogether off this Let's Play, because we don't have the animals, we don't have the fields or anything to deal. Well, no, we'll leave it be. We'll pay the tax. A little bit more realistic. Yeah, we'll leave it be. We can deal with it. It's just the manure thing. I don't know whether it's the bunker size, because that bunker holds quite a bit. So I couldn't see 5,000 being the limit on it. But that's what it's given me anyway. So anyway, the birdies are back. Seagulls, field gulls, whatever you want to call them. Back to keep me company. And you know what? I didn't set me low speed, so when I lift it, that'll do. Just so when I lift it, it doesn't go flying off down the field. Oh, we have a half line here, have we? Right, what is it showing that one is done? It's not done. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye on that now. Remember, the second line isn't done on this side. Yeah, so just going to work through the contracts we have there. What are they worth anyway? Quick calculation, probably just over 5,000, maybe 6. Hopefully there'll be more will come up anyway, because we really need to be pushing to try hit 49,000 to buy the sheep farm, but then we need more money for sheep as well. We're okay because the bales we have at the moment, I can bale them up as grass. We can put them in. I'm going to go back and do this line or forget about it. we can we do them as grass and just store them, and then once we get that, we can put them in. Or we'll make them up as hay this time, with the anticipation though. We'll have another cut of grass before we actually have sheep to go into that farm, or we even have the farm. And we can sell the excess hay during the winter when we're really stuck for money. Anyway, I'll continue on and get this field done, and then I'll work through the contracts and see what else we're going to have to do. Contract time. I'm going to work through these. I got our own field done with oilseed radish. So we've buckwheat going in here, and then the other one is spelt, I think. We got the two of these knocked out, and then we'll knock out the tethering and hoeing. Interesting to see how much quicker this will go at the hoeing, and then the ploughing, of course. It should be far quicker at the ploughing as well. It's running full speed, 12 kilometres an hour all time. Even this is a hill now. It's managing it no problem at all. Whereas with the John Deere, we were struggling. We were struggling going uphill. Here we go. Buckwheat going in. And we're going to just knock out what we can. So I'm going to jump through these contracts. I'm going to work away. Update you when I finished the first batch. We'll collect the money. We'll see what else comes through to be done. And yeah, this was going to be fairly quick. We could move through a couple of months fairly quick. I still have my doubts about whether we'll have the money for the sheep pasture. Sheep enclosure, sheep pasture, I doubt it very much. It's a real case of, yeah, another year. If it is, it is. Anyway, we've got better equipment to deal with everything with this tractor anyway. That's a plus. Okay, guys, we've moved through September. I seem to have exhausted all the contracts already. We've done everything that came up. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've exhausted everything. We're going to collect them. We're in the third day now already. Nothing there. That moment, I'm not even going to bother going over there for that. If I was on the way back from another one, I would. So we're back up to 16,000. And yeah, I'm actually thinking of rebuilding the yard. This shed's annoying me because I can't get the seeder into it. I like the design and everything else, but it's not practical for the equipment we have. Even that won't go into it either. It just won't fit. And it could do with being moved further back. I know I can move it easy enough, but still, it just feels like a waste of space. This is the things you do when you've nothing else to do. But we have an even bigger problem. I'm going to show it to you now. I have a favourite tractor that I came across in mod a little while ago, and it's come up in the second-hand market. And it's this one here, the 710 SL modding John Deere. It's an absolute lovely tractor. At 175 horsepower, including his Era Pro compact on it, it's 32,600. Now, I know I only bought the Fendt, but I think it's bye-bye Fendt. I love the Fendt, but that John Deere, I had it on, which series was I using it on? I was using it on another series and absolutely adored it. So the poor old Fendt's gone for a hop. I think I'm going to remodel the yard. There's going to be no more contracts this month. And even as we move on now, we will get some more ploughing contracts and we'll get some more cultivation contracts. There's been no other. Let's have a look at the map for a second. What have we got left? We've got sugar beet left. 2 fields of sugar beet. That's alfalfa or clover. It never comes up. That is soybeans won't be ready yet. Potatoes we can't do. We've sown that field. These ones up here have been recently sown rather than anything else. There's nothing in these. So that's what I'm saying with ploughing and cultivation, make them up in them. So I think we're going to be skipping through months pretty quick. I'm just looking at all the equipment down at the yard, the dealership that I have on demo that I'm never going to use with the red tape mod. Cattle trailer and a slurry spreader, which probably requires crazy horsepower. Let's see. Slurry spreader requires 225, which we ain't got. Now, I hate to do this because I do love the Fendt, but the John Deere just really does appeal to me. Plus, we're going to make a bit of money out of it. Like if this John Deere had come up first, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. The 175 has the Azera compact on it. It has the ability to add the Euler loader, which is what we have. Now to put on some beacon lights. And we're going to buy that, and it's still only 36 or 34,500. There you go. And we have money in the bank. We actually have enough money now to buy our sheep farm. Right, we're going to repair this. I absolutely adore this tractor. There's no doubt about it. And I actually had it in my mind as a target when we could afford to buy it new. So I'm going to take it now. I'm going to rum it and I'm going to enjoy it. Seems a bit cheesy. We only bought the other one and now it's gone already. And this is slightly faster. Or is it the same speed? Maybe the same speed. And we got beacons. They're strobes, not twirly beacons, but you know what? I don't care. I'll turn the radio on. There you go. Okay, bring it back. I think I'm going to make changes to the yard. The shed's just annoying me. And I can't put this stuff away. It just annoys me. That's being honest with you. All right, I will have this. I'll decide what I'm going to do, and then I'll bring you back in. I'm not going to keep you in for a build because a build can be messy. So I'll just do that if I'm doing it off camera and leave it at that. Okay, I'll talk to you again in a little bit. Okay, bringing you back in. I made changes to the yard, but I went to sell that shed and it was giving me 32 grand, which I didn't want. So I didn't sell it. I moved it with the new tool just for moving it. I moved it back. I put this shed in, which will hold a cedar. That was 2 grand. And you can see I moved it back because this track was really useless. Tidied the place up, made a bit of a pathway in here, which I'd been meaning to do anyway. And I bought a pressure washer. Now, there's only 2 things which have been pressure washed. I just moved it in there. That's why Super Strength was on. Only 2 things have been pressure washed. This and the plough before I moved it over. With the tractor. Tractor's in the shed. As you can see, we have our loader works on this one. Nothing else has been washed yet. I need to do them all. I didn't want to be making money out of moving that shed or selling it. So I said, right, let's move it. So we've lost a bit on what we gained from selling the tractor. So we spent money buying the fence. So we kind of evened out where we were. What we got for the John Deere was nearly exactly the same. So I'm happy with that. To be honest with you, I really am. Now, has any contracts come up? I don't think so. Nothing else we can do. No, there's nothing else we can do. Or nothing else is going to come up in this day from the looks of things. I threw another bale of hay in there, one of the small ones. I just stacked them in the corner there. Got rid of the concrete part again. Stacked them in. I'm happy now once the cedar's on the cover. What'll happen now is we'll buy a direct drill and that'll become obsolete. But and I put in a little bit of a track in here. This was all grass. just to make it a bit more realistic anyway. Yeah, so I'm happy enough now. Happy enough with that shed there. It gives me room to store the wider stuff in, and that's all I wanted, really, at the end of the day. I was looking at putting down a Baled storage shed, but I couldn't get anything nice and small that would blend in. Everything was too, like, I even thought long and hard before putting down that stone shed, but it's not a million miles away from what we have on the farm. So I thought, you know what, we'll let that go. We'll let that go anyway. So I don't think there's anything else for me to do, only just to sell the eggs before we move on, and that's basically it. I'm going to do that. I might bring the pressure washer over after moving it in now. I might bring it over and just wash everything, and that's it. So we have liftable pallets here again, so I'm just going to take that one. Bring it down to, I presume it's Lake Coop again. That's the sell point for the eggs. Yeah, the only place. Okay, I'm going to go and sell these. And probably move forward to the 1st of October. And then we'll see what we have there. I'm happy enough leaving that trailer there. It kind of fits in out of the way. Our grass will be ready next month. I'll just get that cut and baled up anyway. I'm not going to put you through that again. I've done it so many times. And yeah, I'm happy with the way things have gone. They've gone pretty good. Might as well keep you here until we get the money, because since the last one I recorded it and it was gone. It was in the lost recordings. The last episode, I called it the lost months, because we lost 3 or 4 months. I'm not 100% sure exactly how many. Let's just jump in here and... Oh, whoa. Wouldn't turn because it was going too fast. Like off the straps. What do we get? Same as last time. We actually got more. We got 1,256. That's okay. Boost the income. I paid for the shed nearly. Okay, I'll probably move forward. I'll bring you back in then when we have something to do in October. Welcome to October. Have we any contracts? The money's gone down. That's why I didn't spend it. If you're wondering why I didn't jump in and buy the sheep pasture straight away, is because we need to have about 70 grand in the bank. So we're covered for everything else once we do that. Now, I never top these up with food. Have they still got food? Food. Just about. I never topped them up. I forgot all about it. And it was only when I moved forward I thought of it. So let's go and do that. Always looking for somewhere to leave the loader where it's not in the way. Here you go. We have the food in the silo. I could get a wheelbarrow. It's been done. I had one before. There you go. That's probably too much. 9 holes, 3,000. I'm driving over my chickens. That's terrible. Did they have offspring again? 2 months. But were these going to have offspring? No. Okay. Why was I thinking something was going to have offspring? We have milk in our cow barn. I did tell you that, but there's more there now. Engines off. Okay, let's get out. Right, contracts. What have we got? Baling, that's still there. We have to take the equipment for that. We haven't got a round baler. Sewing, we've 2 sewing contracts, barley and spelt. We have a ploughing contract, a fertilising contract, and cultivation contract. Tell you what, we're going to take the two of them first anyway. We'll go and do them. We'll do the other ones. I'm not going to select them all straight out because I don't want to have a big long line of them showing on the screen. So our first bit of work with our John Deere. It just seems we had the other one for no length of time, but I really, really did enjoy this tractor on the series I had it on. And I was kind of hoping that I would get one again. Okay, what fields are we going to? We're going to field 62 and 43. You see the numbers coming up and you go, did I not do a contract in that field? But I did. I done, was it ploughing or cultivation in 62 last time? And I would have done something in 43 as well. And I'm set up for spelt. Which one has spelt? One has barley, one has spelt. So 43 is the barley and 62 is the spelt. Not a lot of money to be made out of them. We've gone up in the horsepower again, another 15. Yeah, you were with me when I was cultivating this, were you? No, maybe not. I can't remember. I remember cultivating it. It was one of the first jobs I done with the vent when I got it. And they have tram lines specified. Okay, I'm going to get this done, get the other one done, and I'll give you an update as we move through October. We're just going to do this month and then we're going to finish this episode. Been from having nothing really planned for it, we ended up changing the tractor again, and then we ended up reorganising the yard, which to me, well, I set this on 15. Okay. Which to me was kind of unexpected, but it kind of happened because of nothing else to do. And it's just, it was annoying me the way it was with the shed. The gap behind it, the roadway around the back of it was useless really. I used to use it to drive in around and drop stuff off at the other part beside the chicken coop. And if I want now, I can put the cultivator on the cover as well now. Now I did go around and repaint. I power washed everything with the power washer after. Look, there's another collectible. Is it? Yeah, 5,000. We're not collecting them. I don't know how many I know where they are now, but we're not picking them up. We'll suffer. And I'm kind of glad now when I clicked on the shed, I didn't know what it was worth. Said it was worth 32,000. I just went, nah, I'm not going to make money out of selling the shed. That's cheating. Might as well pick up a couple of collectibles if we can go do that. Anyway, I'll get this knocked out. Probably knock out the contracts for the month if there's nothing exciting going to happen, which I thought last month, and look what happened. And I'll talk to you when everything is done. Just getting the hay field done. 8 bales we've gotten off it every time. I can't say it's been any different this time. I did take in a little bit more of the wild grass up at the end, but there's no way there's enough in that to do 8 bales. 2 sowing contracts done. I haven't collected the money yet. There is a few more contracts that come up. There's a square baling contract. There's a few more bits and pieces. So we'll have a bit to run through in this episode to get done. Should have a decent amount of money in the bank at the end. The plough we have, I'm going to swap out Now I'm going to swap it for, let me show you. There's the contracts which came up. Cultivation, fertilising, ploughing. Plough, I'm going to swap it out for is, I didn't even check the second-hand market. Have I got it loaded? That one there. I'm using that on Zabareska or Zabaziska. When I haven't got it in front of me, I can't pronounce it. When I'm reading it, I can. We're doing the triple threat challenge. I'm using it on that, and I don't like the reversible ploughs. I think they're a bit, and plus the one we have here is only a 3-board plough. That one's a 5. So it'll make things a little bit quicker when I'm doing the ploughing. Got through the other ones the last time okay, but it just seemed too small on the back of this tractor. Could possibly, the next one up needs 220 horsepower, I think it is. That's why that one is simpler and easier. I got the power to drive it. This is where I picked up the little bit of extra grass just around there. It let me cut it, so I presume it is mine. It let me pick it up. It didn't give me that you do not own this land warning, and I've lifted the pick up. So many bales we get. Will we get 8? Let's see. I'll keep you in. There's only another run and a half, and the bit I missed at the top. So yeah, this is just stock up our feed. A bit out in the road as well. I'm just wondering at what point will the game actually allow me a loan? At what point do I have to get down to? Now, usually when you have money in the bank, it'll allow you to borrow against it. It takes that into consideration as well as like your land. And that's what I'm saying. The land we have mustn't be worth that much because it won't even entertain looking at a loan. So one of the other reasons too I was happy enough to change the tractor was because I could put the Euler loader attachment on it, whereas on the Fendt I could only put a quickie, and I already had the loader. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Nothing to do with the fact that I absolutely love this mod. It is a gorgeous tractor. SL Modding, he makes some fabulous mods, but this is just class, absolutely class. First time I got one, I used it, I just went, oh, I want that. And that's why I was going to buy one of these brand new. Unfortunately, on the triple threat challenge, I've kind of limited myself to 210 horsepower. It's not a requirement for the challenge. I may, if I get one of these, I may ignore that, and I may go the whole hog. I think it goes up to 220. I may just push it and go the whole way and say, did I get the bale on the road? I did, didn't I? Okay, lift that. Let's unload the bale. It's going to be 8 again. Once it falls off. Yeah, there you go, 8 again. That magic 8. Okay, right. Where's that square baling contract? There. Accept that. That's field number 16. Yeah, it's up the back of it. It's the other side of the hedge there. That's the first. Is it the first? Yeah, it's the first baling contract I got. No, it's not. I done round baling contract. The first square baling contract I got. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, I'll get this done. And then, we have our cruise control set too low. I'll get this done, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'd say I'll just be finishing out the contracts, and then we'll be calling it a day on this episode. Okay, I done baling contracts, and I upgraded the plough. Now it cost me money to upgrade. Naturally enough, this one is it's actually 3 meters. The other one is only 1.5. So you can see why it's actually got six boards. So that's why she's bigger. So I'm effectively ploughing a ploughed field. I'm just doing it the other way. I thought that's strange when I was coming up and I seen the condition that it was already ploughed. Yeah, this plough's way, way better than the other one. Because we got furrows, the tractor's struggling a little bit over them. If it was just a cultivated texture or finished field texture, it would actually be easier. If I put jewels on it, it'd actually be easier as well. I need to slow down my 24. Going too fast when I lift the plough. There you go. Always does that. Every time I go to drop the plough, it goes onto the wrong line. I just have to get into the rhythm and then it goes perfect. So. Okay, I'm going to get this done, the cultivation contract and the fertilising contract, and then we'll move on to the next day, see if there's anything else, but I don't know whether there'll be much more before we finish up. Okay, we've reached the end of October and there's nothing else coming up. In contracts, we're out, so we're going to collect these. What are we on? We're on 40,674. So we're going to collect these. A whole lot of them. This is what we done for the month. Now, I think there was 2 others at the start, 2 sowing contracts. Oh no, they're there. The spelt and the barley, I didn't collect them. 49. So we made 9,000. Well, just over. Yeah, just 9,000. And before I forget again, I am going to do my lime on this because we didn't do it last time. Oh, didn't open the slider. There we go. Should be open now. Here we go. Yeah, gonna just get the lime done on this field. And that is it. We're moving on. But that is it for episode number 9. Done and dusted on the Hamlet. Busy enough episode getting contracts out of the way and stuff like that. This isn't going to require a whole huge amount of lime because it is just down. It's showing it needs lime, but it's not going to soak it up the way it did the first time we done it. It's using it all right. Yeah, done and dusted. We're back up to 49,000. You can see why I didn't jump and buy the sheep enclosure, because we literally need to hang on to money for the winter months. And we do have, if I stop, it should stop throwing out. Yeah, just to go to the stock check. We have some eggs there. And milk. Yeah, we're doing all right. We have nearly 2,000 euros worth of milk. We have our hay in the barn. We won't be selling it. Be hanging on to it. But yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. They've been, I suppose we got the contracts going a bit better. We've reorganised the yard ever so slightly. As I said, I just moved that shed back and added the little one in. It was only 2,000 for that. It's the stone building pack. It's not that expensive. And we changed the plough, which cost us, I think, about 6,000 to change it. It wasn't cheap, if you know what I mean. It did cost us a bit more than probably, well, everything's always a bit more than you hope it will be, but we have one now that's easier to use and faster as well, because there just seems to be lots of ploughing contracts and that's it. As I said, we're helping the neighbours, we're getting them out of a hole. We're the only one on the map who's doing any contracts, and I'll be sick of the fields by the time I actually get around to a chance to actually purchase them. I won't want them. I'll be going, no, I want them out here. Well, that's why I kind of want to just get the sheep pasture first. Then we'll buy this big arena in front of us, I call it, the big cow pasture. We'll buy that then, and we'll probably put beef cattle into that, only move our Highland cattle over. And I don't know how many it'll hold, because I won't know until it's actually ours. It doesn't tell you what it holds. But anyway, episode number 9 in the bag. If you're still here, thanks a lot for sticking with me all the way through to the end. And if you're new and you want to follow this series along, Rebuilding the Broken Farm, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, hit the like button and feel free to leave a comment. So until next time, all that's left for me to do, as per usual, is to say goodbye for now. Until then, bye-bye.